We're going to be doing something different today instead of roll for inspiration. That is because I have recently had a realization that my gaming channel is in dire need of new art. So we're going to design some avatars. So let's get started. I should probably protect that page. Alright. We may or may not fill up this entire spread. However, I have a growing list of different art styles for us to... Do not start crying at the hamster. Yeah, so we have a whole lot of different art styles for us to explore. This is not a lay flat notebook, but we're gonna make it one. Alright, I guess we can get started while the computer is warming up by drawing what I have currently on my page. This might be a little crazier looking than it is. This is what I drew originally. For my my avatar. It was actually very accidental because I was doing last year I was doing a picture a day, and I think the boxes I had were like 1.25 by 1.25 calendar spread, so every month had been set up and everything, and I had drawn in every box for that month, and then one in particular was just like, oh, I'm just gonna doodle myself as Link. And I was like, you know what, that would be really good for my gaming channel as my profile picture. So that became my profile picture, and I ultimately just kept that image for it. So me as Link is become my brand. I don't know. I really don't know how. I don't think brand is the right word, but I would rather be thought of as Link than just some like nameless person, I guess. I'm gonna just draw a bunch of different me's as Link in different art styles, gaming art styles, because this is for the gaming channel, and then we'll pick my favorite one and go from there. I've also cut my hair multiple times since this was drawn, so my hair is different. Oh, well, my bangs are different, so represent that. Oh wait, it goes this way. I want to be able to grab my sword with my left hand because I am left-handed, much like our hero of time. when I was younger, my brother and I would share. I think we both had a Super Nintendo, and we shared that. And then it was either Christmas or birthday, we got a N64, a Nintendo 64, which 64 is reference to 64 bits, which means hey, colors. And so my brain just like completely fried itself. Ooh, these legs are long. So my brother and I had an N64, and the first game we played with the N64 was Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. And I have a feeling that a lot of people, especially millennials, first game or one of their first, like, not necessarily like their first game per se, but like the most pivotal game in their upbringing was Legend of Zelda. And not just Ocarina of Time, but the first Legend of Zelda game, which we all know is the reason why Robin Williams named his daughter Zelda. And are those better? Yeah. I'll just give myself like arms for now, or the illusion of arms. And so that game, Ocarina of Time, had a significant influence on my life. Everything from Gerudo Valley to the Zoras to like even the Gorons and the Sheikah, like everything just was like kind of framed my like, this is what I want out of everything. Like I want this level of thought into the vastness of a world. And very few games after that really showcased that, like how big and vast and, for lack of a better term, diverse a world was in comparison to Ocarina of Time. And I think that was the first time that I really had a game, or like I was really exposed to a game that had that diversity. And again, lack of a better term, because we all know that word's like political now or something. Just stupid. That's a word. And I don't want to go on a tangent about how the word diversity shouldn't be political, because people's right to exist shouldn't be political. But I digress. And yeah, those really are broad shoulders, but I have broad shoulders, so it's fine. And yeah, so this world was just so vast, and there was so much to it, and it felt like there was something new to discover every time we played it. And we played this game multiple times, like over and over and over and over and over again. And like we never got tired of, or at least I never got tired of it. Because then we played when Majora's Mask came out, we played that one over and over again, and then we played Twilight Princess over and over again, and then we stopped hanging out together, so we didn't play any of the other Legend of Zeldas together. But I mean, later on down the road, I asked my brother, like, what are like the most pivotal games that he's ever played, and of course he chose two of them that I never really got into, which was like Halo and um, Assassin's Creed. But he also chose Ocarina of Time. It's only, yeah, because that was a very influential game, especially in my creative process. And like, a lot of my world building is is inspired by the world building of Legend of Zelda. It's like in every game, it just like there's more to each game that needs to be discovered. Like there's just so much, and I don't think it gets enough credit for its world building. People just like, oh yeah, it's like one of the best games ever. And I was like, yeah, but why is it one of the best games ever? And it's one of the best games because it has so much in it, especially for a game that was created in the mid 90s, during a time when games were like really starting to become popular and just kind of being shat out, just to get revenue and stuff. And the people behind the Legend of Zelda games were always trying to one up themselves, and it shows in a lot of their games. And I cannot say that I've ever played a game that I didn't completely dislike that was in the Zelda series. I mean, there's games that I am really bad at. I cannot play Ages of Oracles or Ages of Seasons because I am super bad at top-down side-scrolling games. But for the most part, I'm very... They were still fun and entertaining to me. It's been so long since I've drawn like a Link character, but I still like remember. I gotta give myself hooded eyes because I have hooded eyes. I don't know if I've named this fairy yet. I've named a fairy. I guess it could be the same fairy. But what did I name that fairy? I think I named it Fern. But let's do Minecraft. I have a avatar that's me as Link in Minecraft that I didn't steal it from another player or another skin maker. I used it as like a base for mine. I almost freaked out. I saw a truck moving. I thought it was the trash, but it wasn't. It's like, it's not Thursday. It can't be. The one that I used as like a base was Young Link from Ocarina of Time, and that was fine, except I wanted older Link. I couldn't really find an older Link, so I made it into an older Link on top of adding my hair, making it longer, and then ooh, it's a long arm. It's a long arm of the law. It just reminds me that I'm gonna be like off topic a lot today, so forgive me. Yeah, so I made a Link, or a me as Link avatar, which I had wanted a Link avatar for a really long time, so that wasn't new or anything like that. Eventually, I'm going to do a tour of the house, the mansion that I built And I have my character, my D&D character that I built the house for. I have her skin on currently. I'm just gonna draw. I'm not gonna worry about pixelation. And then I've got this hat. Yep. This is fun so far. I'm enjoying it. Okay, so now we got Stardew Valley. I've been playing a lot of Stardew Valley lately. And this one's very pixelated. We have a hen. Kind of like... And I might translate this into pixels later, but right now we're just working on digital stuff. I'm not too concerned. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna go back to Minecraft real quick because I want to look up those new, they're called allies or allies, and they're supposed to be your helpers, and that would be a really cool fairy. Do they not have feet? Okay. So... These wings look weird. They look like kind of broken. Maybe that's why Vex's look so weird, or like so creepy. Alright, so that's an ally, and that's my fairy in Minecraft, that's my ally. Yes, all of my iterations will have Valfairs. Should be a Junimo. What does a Junimo look like? Yep, alright. This is turning out pretty great. I'm not talking a whole lot, but I guess that's fine. Next is Among Us. Among Us. So we have these little bean creatures that are about yay. Wait. Yeah, and then we have a backpack and eyes. I'm pretty sure that's one of the hats in Among Us. And then when they wear outfits, like how do they wear them? Their skins don't make sense. Okay, that's all I needed to know. So we're not gonna think about it too much. So we got this. Pull that down just a tad. I don't know, I just got the sudden craving for barbecue, and I don't know why. Because I'm pretty sure you can't get good barbecue up here. We have this little buddy. And that will be our fairy. Pokemon! I've never been able to recreate the Pokemon person. So we'll see how well I do here. Their anatomy kind of scares me. Let's get the pose. Like a proper oaf. Yes, my tunic will have pockets. Yeah, I don't know what this hand is doing, so I'm just gonna leave it. Okay, for my fairy type Pokemon, I'm going to use Sylveon because Eevee is my favorite, and it just seems right to use if I'm gonna go fairy type, I'm gonna go Sylveon. There. All right, I've come with a lot. Ugh. So I have a lot of choices so far, but I still have like a pretty long list. For the sake of sticking to the Super Mario, or for the sake of sticking to like the Nintendo theme, let's look up Super Mario thingies. I think Luigi and Daisy are really like my favorite Mario characters, and I love Peach too. And I was very happy that when the store near me was selling the little Mario Kart blind bags. They didn't have Daisy, but they had Luigi and Peach, and I got Peach, and I was very excited because out of Luigi and Peach, I would rather have Peach, honestly. But when I would play Mario Kart with friends, I always wanted to be Peach. I'm talking here. I'm trying to tell a story. God. Yeah, I live on a major road, so cars are just gonna drive by, and that's just gonna be my existence for whoever knows how long. Props to the Mario animators for giving them 4 fingers. That must have been a pain in the butt. In real life, I think I have more of a Mario nose than a petite Link nose with a pointy end. Now I just look like a Keebler elf. Do I want a boo? I like having a boo. Okay, time for the second page. So this one's been in my brain for like since I started this project this morning. Well, since I started the list this morning. Let's see if you can guess this one before I finish it. This might be easier to control where the arm goes. May have added one too many fingers to that. just realized how hard this is to read. Yep. You know what's funny is that I see this guy all the time, but I've never actually studied him, like in an artistic sense. And it really shows, because I didn't realize, like, the line of motion that is going on in this, like, very, like, just, it looks plain. It looks like it's just a guy standing there. But it's not. There is a very distinct, like, line of motion that goes through this body, even though it's just standing there. And I never noticed that before, and I think that's why the Fallout guy is so it's popular, the way, like, is as popular as he is, because he's not just standing still, he has a character to him. And I think that's really interesting, and even though I'm, like, just now noticing that, that's just phenomenal to me, that that so much thought went into just creating this character. Even though he's, like, I feel like he's not one of the main characters, but when you think Fallout, he's definitely the face of Fallout, you know? Because he's the tutorial guy, he's the Fallout guy. These lines are so fluid. This doesn't look anything like him, but you know. Oh, I guess it's because his eyes are too close together. Another Keebler elf looking character. Yeah, this one might be a little too close to Minecraft. Before anybody asks, yes, I am using a Lego Batman as my reference for this. Oh man, did anybody see that or remember Batman Lego movie? That's, like, by far, like, the best Batman movie I've ever seen. Hands down. I think we can go for another, like, 20 minutes, and then I've got to get my stuff together because I've got stuff to do this afternoon. There's a couple that I really want to get to today, And I know I haven't been talking a whole lot. I've just been planning these. Because I haven't even really been talking about some of these games that I've been taking inspiration from, like Animal Crossing is something that I played pretty much all of last year. However, I fell off of the Animal Crossing bandwagon because some stuff went down last year, like late last year, and I just couldn't get into it after that, just because there's a lot going on. I think there are Zelda clothes. I know there's people who have designed Zelda clothes. In Animal Crossing. Yeah, I don't know what to say about gloves because I don't really have gloves. There's my Animal Crossing. I actually do like this shirt a lot. This game I really, really liked, and I would love to have like just a poncho from this game. Like is not strong enough. I loved this game. I just thought this was like one of the greatest games I've ever played. You can probably tell what it is. But it has been a very long time since I played it, and I feel like it is time to play it again. Oh, this one would work better with colors, wouldn't it? But I'm not doing colors right now. I'm just sketching. Oh, we have a journey character. One last big one, I think. This might be hard. I just had a terrible, terrible thought. Like, what if they made a Zelda game that was entirely underwater? Like, every level was a water level. Like, that would just be horrendous. You'll see why I had that thought in a moment. And maybe, just maybe, BioShock is that game. Looks less Zelda, but you get it. I am very hungry. You can tell because I'm like rushing through this last one to be like, I want to eat my food. Oh. Well, let's see. How many did we do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We did 14. Oh, did I manage to get 7 on each page? Yeah, I did. Oh, wow. Okay. This was actually a lot of fun. I'm sorry I wasn't talking much, but I was just very focused on trying to like create these characters, and oh, I just had a lot of fun doing these, and I can't wait to bring some of these back in like bigger art for my gaming channel, because I am just very excited for these. Like some of these are definitely going to be reused. I'm going to have to color this one to show what I was thinking, or maybe just leave it as is, because you know what, maybe I just wanted to draw Journey. But I do think like giving myself different outfits like here and here was really fun, and changing the outfits up will be great, as long as it like sticks to the same thing of because you know we could even do different Pokemon starters where I have a green tunic, a red tunic, and a blue tunic for Bulbasaur, Charmander, Squirtle, you know, and then coming up with different little fairy creatures. I didn't give Limbo one. Or like even like companions, like here we didn't have a companion, or we didn't have like a fairy per se, or like there wasn't like a fairy creature in the game. Yeah, we'll have to revisit this eventually. At some point, I'm going to figure out a way to make this under an hour and also get colors in, because this these things that I've just come up with on the fly just are taking so very long. But you know, at least we're having fun. That's the most important part. All right. I think that's all for me today. Let me know down in the comments below, what's your favorite game? What game has like the best art style? What would you like to see Link, Diva Link in what style you would like to see Diva Link in? And yeah, I think that's it. All right. Goodbye.